All right, Fresh, let's go back out to the West Coast. The game that I think everybody is going to be watching just to see what happens because it has become appointment television. 3:30 on ABC, the Colorado Buffaloes and the Sanders Show going to Eugene, Oregon to face the 3-0 Oregon Ducks. Can the Sanders Show go on the road to Eugene there, Fresh? That is the one thing I got to ask. But Oregon is a 21-point favorite in this game. The over-under is set at 71 points. That's a lot of points.
Well, first off, I don't care. Just take the points, folks. Take the points. Neither of these teams are lacking in offense. We'll put it that way right off the bat. I think the first thing I would look at is Travis Hunter. He's out 3 to 4 weeks. Bad injury in that game versus Colorado State. He didn't play as much offense. We got to keep remembering ourselves. He even said it week 1. I play all defense and I earn my offensive reps. That offense is going to miss him, and his explosion is fame. But there's players on that entire offense outside of Shedeur Sanders who are very, very capable of putting up points and playing within themselves and playing efficient football. It's going to be a little bit of a loss, but there's tons of guys on the team who are making plays. Weaver being a receiver, one of them. Edwards, the other running back. They're going to find ways to score points. That's not a problem. I'm not really worried about that. Their defense already had issues and was learning, and they weren't really gelled. They've been giving up points, and now you lose your shutdown corner, who is going to be on Troy Franklin for probably the majority of the game. That's a big, big loss. This defense already had issues. They let Colorado State score some points on them. TCU scored on them. Nebraska, you're terrible, so you really don't count. But how is that loss going to – is other players of this defense going to step up? Shiloh Sanders, the safety, Kramari, the corner, the 5-star they got in there, he's going to have to now step into that major role and be one of the lockdown corners. Is he truly up to that 5-star talent? Can he handle that in a big environment? This is going to see how this defense responds. How much have they fixed it? What other adjustments are they going to make? They're not playing just a quarterback. They're playing Bo Nix, who Oregon Bo Nix is year 1 Auburn Bo Nix. The dude can play. Feet, mental ability, understanding the defense. Through with his arm, he is going to be creative. He is going to put up points. He is going to move the chains. And there's talent there. Obviously Bucky Irvin at running back. We mentioned Franklin receiver, a host of others. They're going to score. So Colorado's going to have to keep that pace. And their defense is going to have to at least get maybe one stop. Can they get that one stop? That's what I'm really worried about. What does Dion and what does this coaching staff bring to maybe change it up? Do they slow the offensive pace down, maybe give the defense a break? Or do they keep the foot down, all gas, no brakes, and just say, forget it, first one to 100, we might be able to lucky and get a fumble. Who's going to step up and rise up and make plays in that defense to get their fame time, get their spotlight, show they're actually worthy? Because right now, I'm not going to lie, the only people we actually really talk about is Shedeur Sanders, Edwards, Travis Hunter, maybe Shiloh after his 2 picks last week. The 4 of them. Everybody else is just like, you're wearing a Buffalo uniform, but you're kind of riding on the coattails of the celebrities on the team. Who wants to rise up and get their name truly locked in as another star on the squad? That's what I want to see. Oregon, Dan Lanning, you were hired at Oregon to play and build a defense. You were brought here to shut down Lincoln Riley. It's not a coincidence you were hired after Lincoln Riley was hired. As soon as he went to USC, you were brought in to build a defense and recruit elite to Oregon. There's no reason Oregon should not recruit itself. That's a different story for a different day. But they already land high recruits. They're bringing in players. Now it's your time to shine. You have your big matchups coming. This is the first of many that you're going to have against lethal offenses. Can you shut down Shedeur Sanders? What packages can you put in there to confuse him, to limit their explosiveness, to get off the field? That's what I'm actually watching for in this football game. Are you going to earn your stripes as a head coach as making the adjustments and being prepared? You didn't really have it last year versus Washington. You let them come into your house and beat you. That was your one real big game last year because the opener versus Georgia, you got destroyed. You're going to wipe that one off, let it go as your first ever game as a head coach. You've had a year to prepare. You even mentioned during the offseason, what has Dion and what has Colorado won? Why are they getting all this pub? As we've seen the past 3 games, they take it personal when somebody does something against them. It's a laundry list. You are now the 4th on that list. How do you back up those words? Jay Norvell and Colorado State, all props to them. They backed up their coach and they showed up on Saturday night and they played a heck of a ball game. Are you going to show up? Apparently, there was things with Nebraska. Matt Rule's defense showed up; their offense didn't. But now it's your turn. Is your team going to play for you? Are you going to coach your butt off? Are you prepared for this matchup? Because it only gets bigger and better if you keep winning. But if you lose, it could spiral out of control because how talented this conference is. You have a big spot for you right here. This is why you were hired. Can you get the job done? Can you get your first true staple program defining win in your regime? That's what I'm looking for on Saturday. Because all the hype, we've seen it. You know, a big noon kickup's already going back to Colorado for the Colorado USC game the week after. They were already there for this past 2 weeks. Everybody wants a piece of prime. Can you be the first team to shut down or at least slow the momentum? If you get beat, it's only can you get bigger and bigger and bigger, and your program's going to fade a little bit off the radar. If you win, you make a statement that, hey, you know what? They're great. Colorado's really cool, but we're still here and we're Oregon Ducks, and we've been around for a lot longer, and we're going to get our job done. We're going to keep winning and playing for a title ourselves. This is on you. Can you get your program defining victory? Bo Nix, can you show up any big game without turning the ball over and put up 3 or 4 or 5 touchdowns? That's what I'm watching for on Saturday. The 21 points is a lot of points. This game's going to be a shootout. I'm taking Colorado and the points. The Ducks will win. If you go money line, the Ducks are winning. Points wise, give me the Buffaloes. This is gonna be like a 3-point ball game or a 4-point game. It's gonna be very tight. The over will hit back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But Oregon's defense will get only stop, and they'll be the deciding factor in this football game. Oregon wins, but very, very, very close. That's how I see the Saturday afternoon going. But it's gonna be another classic ball game, and the mystique of Shedeur Sanders is continue to grow, win or loss.
It's the Sanders show, man. It's going to be on the road here. Listen, Oregon's going to need Bo Nix to be the Texas Tech game Bo Nix there. So far this season, he's been pretty well protected. If Colorado's going to want to have a chance in this game, they're going to have to get pressure against Bo Nix. He's only taken 1 sack out of the year. That's been Bo Nix's MO, especially when he struggled at Auburn, especially when he was facing pressure, especially up the middle. He was going to have to get rid of the ball quickly, makes poor mistakes, usually turns the ball over. Troy, my name should be Clifford Franklin, 6'3" wide receiver. I love this kid. He is a tough matchup. He's gotten 3 touchdowns so far. Oh, you the man, Clifford Franklin. And he is going to be the man without Travis Hunter. And that's the thing. If Hunter was playing for Colorado, this would be the matchup of the day. Like seeing Franklin go against Hunter, it just would have been an awesome back and forth between the two. Oregon's run the ball really, really well, which is what I think is going to give Colorado the most amount of problems. They have 2 good running backs, Jordan James, the sophomore, Bucky Irvine. Both of them are dynamic. Both are really, really tough runners. The question's going to be if Oregon gets up 10 points in Eugene gets rocking. Those kids are going. It's a 12:30 kick in Eugene, so they don't really have that much time to go crazy out there. But if Colorado gets behind in this game, and with all the things they're starting to go through, you're coming off an emotional win over Colorado State. How do they handle adversity? They don't have Travis Hunter. Does Sanders have that magic? Does he have the ability to take this game, put this game on his shoulders, and win this game and pull Colorado back up? For me, Colorado has to play from in front in this game. They have to play with the lead and force Oregon be the ones that come back and beat them. That's going to take Edwards stepping up, Horn's got to step up, Weaver's got to step up, all of those other players that have come to Colorado. It can't just be Sanders in this game. It can't just be, oh man, well, if we had Hunter, we'd be in this game. All of these other kids have to step up. I'm with you, Fresh. Give me Colorado in that 21. I'm loving that right there. I would hammer that one right there. Because I really don't think Dion would let his team lose by 21 points. I think if Colorado loses by 22 points, that entire team is walking back from Eugene. Like you're walking all the way back to Boulder. The 71, I love that too. Give me the over as well. I got Oregon winning this game, but close. Touchdown game here. and I'll put it on Bo Nix. Bo Nix shows his experience and wins this football game.
I mean, if Colorado goes out there and just not just wins, but wins convincingly, the hype train will be through the roof, Rocky Mountain high.
Right.
And then you have undefeated USC at undefeated Colorado for a noon kick next week. It's mind blowing that that's even the case, but that's where we would be at if this happens. So
Yeah.
a lot going on.
Yeah, I'm not. If Colorado wins this, I'm not doubting them anymore on this season. Give me them rest of the way.